Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome to session number 8. We are on session number 8, right? It is session 8?
What he said.
I've no idea at this point.
Yeah, no, nobody knows. Nobody knows. But yeah, welcome to session number 8 of Shadows of Sorcery, everyone. We have had a 6-week break, instead of a 4-week break between last session and now, and it was for various reasons, including the fact that I was ill for like a week, and everything just hurt and didn't work. So
yeah, finding a cleric to cure Lucian with removed disease was surprisingly difficult given the labor shortage.
yeah, it's actually really difficult to find a cleric who'll actually work on me as well, you know.
Pretty much. It's just standard D&D scheduling.
Yeah.
Everything that can go wrong will.
Trying to find
By the way,
a cleric in the UK is impossible.
I
God,
have
yes.
my character in the... What is it? I have my character.
I have to
held,
wait
but I
until
can't
October to
find
find out if anyone will cast Detect Disease on me.
I'm just staring at the sea, and for some reason there's two of me.
Hmm?
I don't know. I've got Darren, Gilk,
Right.
Game Master, Isaac, and Isaac.
I need
Isaac and Isaac.
to bring in Lydia, but I've forgotten how to.
Wah, wah.
There
Uh-oh.
is a way, and what would it? It's here we go. Copy and paste.
He's
There
wondering
is
if you
the
could give me
invite.
some admin privileges temporarily.
Hmm?
If you could give me admin privileges temporarily so I could bring in my character.
You don't need admin privileges to bring in your character. You just need to link it. And
It is
I
linked.
can see him right there. Give me 1 second to chuck you in the right place.
I can't help but notice we're still in the sea.
Right. Yes. There
One
is
Isaac
a
is under
reason
the
for
sea.
that.
Did we forget to pay a
There you go.
tap? There we go.
Okay, so the reason for that is because I, when we were playing the other day, you guys noticed something that I hadn't realized, which is that the game actually has an in-game compass. So what I did, was I basically rotated the entire board by 90 degrees so that the in-game compass would be facing the correct direction according to the board. That's why you guys are in in the wrong place. So yeah.
How long did that take you?
Maybe 20 minutes? I don't know.
Okay. Because
It's
if,
like
if it was like rebuilding it brick by brick.
No, God, no. God, no. No, I basically did it in sections. So, like, I can select, like, basically imagine, like, you select a chunk of Minecraft and then rotate it by 90 degrees using World Edit.
So I'm not bound to my character.
No, you are not. Give me a second to finish setting up its permissions, and then we're good to go. Player permission.
So, was part of the map that got turned just in the sea then, or?
No, it's all over the sea. The sea is a layer on the map itself.
Yeah, it's our sub-ocean.
Yes, I can raise the ocean,
Oh, okay.
and then
Someone's
lower
gonna use
it.
that dramatically at some point.
I have plans. Don't worry. I have.
Oh,
plans.
goody.
Watch out, guys. He's got plans. You know how
Yeah.
all this goes.
I always have some sort of plan.
It's fine. No DM's plan survive contact with the party.
That is also true. That is also true.
But I don't know
Lydia,
how we're going to fix climate change.
Right.
you are on the board, I should hope. Have you linked your TaleSpire mini?
Yeah. I've got Hero Forge linked to my account.
Okay, but you're going to need to link it to the board
Mhm.
itself as well.
So how do I?
If you press space, then O, you should have a little like person icon, and you go to the linked, well, you go to your Hero Forge library. It should show up there basically, and then yep, there we go.
Oh.
Okay. Good. And let me player permission, Lydia. There we go. Okay. And oh god,
The cat's being all suck again. Here, there's a chair.
Okay. So,
All right, gilk.
It's-
No, no
it's
gilk.
been a little while since we were in this world and in this campaign, and yeah. Who remembers what we did last?
I passed out drunk.
You did.
For several weeks.
Yes.
A couple hours.
Yeah, about 2 days. Well, about a day, actually. Around about a day, yeah. Okay.
See, reports differ. It could be a day. It could be 5 months. Who knows?
It's what it
who
feels
knows?
like.
Nobody knows. Nobody.
We did some investigating, and then I might have added a name to my blacklist.
Okay, cool.
Fair enough.
Also, my pocket is lighter than it was before, for reasons unintended.
Yes.
Hmm.
So.
Whoa.
Oh, also a wizard
I'm
exploded.
looking at Saren's.
He was here for the wizard exploding.
Right, yes.
No further wizards exploded.
There
Just
was
one.
also a muscle wizard, but he didn't explode.
No, he just got arrested.
No, he just got knocked out by a woman who threw an apple at his head.
I like my
Natural
character so
20.
much.
Why are you a pirate, out of interest?
It is not a pirate.
Fair enough, the hatter's got me confused then.
Miner,
Hey,
maybe?
I'm Canadian. I needed a cowboy hat, okay?
Oh.
The look to me
Oh, that's what that
screams
is.
more member of a metal band.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest.
The door shield is a nice touch.
Hey.
Gotta love the foam rock you're carrying around with you as well.
Right?
Just to pose on.
Pretty much.
Hey.
Anyway, last session, a few things happened that have left our party in lower spirits than usual.
Oh yes, I'm low on spirits because my mug is empty.
Not again. Not
I think
again.
I think that's how the last session ended. We just ordered stiff ones all round.
Yeah, you did, basically. But yes, Ed's character, Isaac, has found out that the bank account that he opened, well, I say bank account, the account with the Guild of Finance that he opened for his daughter has been closed by some person of personage unknown until Isaac informs this, gives this information freely. And Darren has had his or their purse left a little lighter than it was previously by a tabaxi rogue who stole away after they were speaking with the the librarian at the research library of Danis Eld. Gilk was asleep. That is all there is to it. It is the morning of the next day.
None of that would have happened if I was around.
Sure.
It's all my fault.
Sure. It is the morning of the next day, the 20th of Veerman, 1845. And you have the three of you have woken relatively early in the morning to get a good early morning start to the day.
That doesn't sound like me at all.
Well, you were roused when you heard the barbarian stomping past your room, finally awake. You have met down in the tavern itself, and yeah, what do you do from here?
Dance party.
Yeah, apparently.
Agree.
It's good to have you back.
What did I miss? And where was the elephant that hit me?
I think the elephant was hiding in your mug. As for what happened, not really very much, to be honest. There was a druid. He got appled in the face. Tabaxi. We don't talk about that. Darren's purse is a bit lighter. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I bought a bear trap.
Ooh. That's true, you did buy a bear trap. I forgot about that part.
It was on sale.
I have a
was on
great
sale.
idea.
I'm scared already.
Let's strap your bear trap to my shield
Karen's
and I'll
is-
charge at the first foe.
AJ.
Oh, Christ.
You know, I did think it was
This
odd
one
that the bear
here
trap
is
had this
Saren.
face towards enemy.
I think I'll hang on to it for now.
Oh. Fine, but you'll regret that.
I'm sure I will. The next rat will regret it more.
Unfortunately,
You
in our
realize we
endeavors,
call it
we did
bear
not
trap.
manage to dig up too much on transmutation.
No, we didn't. We did pay a visit to the librarian. Oh, yeah, and I found that I can stick my hand through a book into a parallel whatever. That was weird.
I've written more lore about that book, by the way. So if you find someone or do some studying on it, you might be able to uncover some of that.
I mean, I just guessed if we studied it more, we'd uncover a lot more lore, but thank you.
All right. The inn is quiet at the moment. There aren't many people around. It is quite early in the morning. There are a few people sort of asleep at the tables in the corners, and generally it's relatively quiet. There's not many people around. Margaret, the innkeeper, is sort of she's sort of still tending the fire in the corner. It seems like she's sort of the morning shift woman of the place. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Last I heard, I think we were all had some business in the north, didn't we? Your transmutation, the librarian said there was possibly some sources who may know more up that way. And I certainly know I've got to go out there and see a man about a witch.
And did we end up getting any info about potential bandits in the north?
I think you did, didn't you? This is to Saren.
That's what I'm trying to recall. It's been a while. I don't remember.
I think when you were
Yes,
chatting with the
you
barmaid.
got some information about bandits in sort of the northern provinces.
then let us make. I think it's at this point it's time for us to gear up to go north.
Sounds about right.
All right.
We have an aunt to smash.
What?
What?
Isn't that where, like... Isn't that where the person who closed the account is?
I don't know where the capital is, but also, as far as I know, there's been no mention of Lynette Linnell being the aunt or anything like that. Because I remember just saying,
we
if
have
I
an
ever find Linnell,
ex-wife to
don't let me
smash
kill her. I said, if I ever find Linnell, don't let me kill her, and you were like, okay.
Well, the capital is northwest, along the coast.
That's in vaguely the same direction.
Close enough.
Vaguely.
Stop off, sort a banshee out, and then on the way home.
No roads made in the Middle Ages were that straight.
Fair.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Alright. So yeah, the capital is northwest. There's a lot of different places that are in the north.
I should know.
But yeah, you may.
Oh, you're English, don't you? Don't you notice everything is just the north collectively?
Well, no, everything is the south, including the Midlands.
Exit the inn.
I have a feeling the north is this way when it didn't used to be.
Did the sun always come over that side?
I feel a bit turned around, actually, after that last couple of nights of drinking, but I think north is this way now.
We should cut down on the ale, maybe. And coming from a dwarf, that's a high statement.
Yeah,
As you walk past...
Coming from a dwarf with quite such a low alcohol tolerance.
As you walk past the sort of shrubbed courtyard that was nearby the inn, you notice
it's always here.
Strange.
This was not always here.
Yeah, this was a courtyard.
This is where the wizard exploded.
Well, the wizard's explosion created
in fairness,
a shrubbery area.
This,
I mean,
visually, this used to be a hole in the ground.
Yes.
Story-wise, this used to be quite a nice garden. And now it is
and then the wizard attacked.
Burned, scorched, sort of smoldering wreck of...
Which is pretty impressive given the wizard exploded over here.
Well, yes, but
I wonder if the mushrooms are edible.
this wasn't caused by the wizard. This...
And immediately Gil goes to eat mushrooms.
This, you don't know what caused it. It seems like it's happened over the past day or so. Most of the shrubbery has been burned and blackened. It's generally very sort of... it looks like it's still slightly on fire, to be quite honest.
Oh, I was going to say, retconning that this was always here, would we have seen it in full bloom and whatnot earlier?
You would have, yes. Like, it would have looked like one of the smaller parks and gardens that are around Danis Hill. In the middle of the garden, you see a gangly-looking man with sort of grey hair, a gaunt face. He is kneeling in the dirt, and he looks like he's digging with his bare hands. And he seems to be quite frantic about it. He's digging in front of what looks like a small monument which has a plaque on the base. But from where you are, you can't read it. It's old and cracked and dusty.
Oh, is that my...
Right, to the north.
Saren. I can't say that. I was the one who tried to ignore the coffin that Darren was clearly inside.
Anyway.
Jesus.
Right. What would you all like to do about this strange man who is digging in the dirt in a garden that seems like it's been set on fire by something?
It's got to be here somewhere, he mutters to himself.
Mm-hmm.
What I do desperately need is Ed is a glass of water, baby.
Good grief.
If we're
Well,
going to
that's
be
one way
RPing and
to-
talking, I need to not be glued up by chicken.
That's fair, but that's also one way to get out of responsibility.
Oh, the camera.
If
yeah.
you want to move your mini around, Lydia, you can use WAS. Well, yeah, sorry, arrow keys. There you go.
But yeah, he's looking frantically through the dirt. He heard rumors of something linking to his past here, but he hasn't been able to find it as of yet.
I walk over to him and I go, "Here, bud, take care of yourself." And I drop a silver coin in his open hand.
I thank you, kind stranger.
Oh, dearie me.
I know what happened with the last person I tried to help around here, so I'm just gonna hang back behind the grate.
Seeing with despair the other two just kind of noping the fuck on out of dodge, or noping by omission. Sorry, I do have water in hand now. Did I hear something about there was muttering, though, that I would have heard?
Yes, there was muttering.
Could I ask for a repeat on what the muttering was?
Lydia?
Oh, Pepe. He basically he's like he heard something being here linking to his past, but he can't find it, and he's saying it's got to be around here somewhere, but he's not having any luck.
Righto. Look, sorry to cut in, but is everything all right down there? You seemed a little lost.
Oh, I'm quite all right. It's just I seem to have lost something, and I cannot find it anymore. It was rather important.
We are going to transition back to earlier that evening, when Ingvar had just entered town. And I'm going to quickly steal your...
I'm going to just say this out the gate, Lydia. Beware the owls.
Yes,
Okay.
Beware the owls. Beware the mysterious, dangerous owls.
They kick your ass, and you end up spending like half the session on the preload.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I've moved you up to the front gate, Lydia, where you
Yeah, I
have
can
just
see it.
entered town. I apologize for the lack of existence of buildings up here. It was one of the last places that I was working on, and I haven't quite gotten around to finishing it.
It's
Oh,
okay, we're
fine.
leaving the area anyway.
Yep.
Yes, you are, aren't you?
And then
Yes.
all of this long time taken hard work with immaculate scenery will be completely for naught.
Well, you might be coming back here in the future, in fairness. Anyway,
As kings.
Lydia, you have arrived in the town of Danis Eld after long travels across several townships and a variety of different places. You have arrived at Danis Eld in search of an item that you heard was to be sold here. An item which may link to your past and your the knowledge that you seek, if you will. And this item is an orb. Well, you think it's an orb. When it was described to you, it was described as a dark orb with a glowing sort of red center, sort of crystalline in nature.
Right.
And you were told that it has traded hands many times indeed. But the last time it was heard of, it was on its way through Danis Eld, and that there was a potential buyer here for it.
Right.
And as you walk into the town with your rather ragged-looking clothing, a town guard approaches you.
Yep.
And he says, "What business do you have in Danis Eld, stranger?"
I have. He looks a little bit confused by the guards, but he holds his hands up as if to say, I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm just here because I heard rumors of an item I was interested in was passing through."
An item, you say? An item?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't suppose you could be more specific, could you?
I'd heard it was some sort of strange dark orb.
Dark orb.
Yeah.
What a lovely,
Magic.
ominous description.
Sounds like magic. I hate magic. Magicians. So full of themselves. Are you a magician, sir?
No, sir, I am not. I have no real experience with magic or sorcery.
And what interest would you have in such an magical sounding item?
I heard that it was linked to to something that has happened in my past, to a great fire that burnt my house down.
A fire, you say?
Yes,
It burnt your house down.
yes.
Well, as long as you cause no trouble here in Daniseld, I'm sure that whatever you're looking for will... I'm sure you'll find it, or at least you won't come away empty-handed, at the very least. And the guard sort of turns away and wanders back to the gate and inspects a merchant cart that is passing through instead.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
The guard is ignoring you at this point. He doesn't care anymore. He's tired. He's grumpy. You may freely enter Danis Eld. Welcome to the city. So you've entered Danis Eld in the Upper District, and the Upper District is mainly mercantile, mainly sort of like high society, high living. As high society as you can get in Danis Eld, which is more like merchant class at most. There are a lot of buildings here, but none that would interest you at the moment. They're all a little bit fancy. They all look like someone would probably hit you over the head if you tried to walk into one. And they all look like they're sort of, how would I say? They all look like they belong to someone who thinks themselves far more important than the average person, basically.
Fair enough.
So yeah. You know that the...
Hipsters.
You
God
can't
damn it.
say that! Anyway, yeah. So the upper quarter is not really where you think you need to be. You heard that you were looking for an inn, basically, and that the person that you are looking for is located in an inn, but you don't know which one.
There are a fair few around here.
Yes, there are a few. There are one or two in the upper quarter, but they all look fancy enough that any strange trading or business would probably not be done there. One moment. Sorry, I have to blow my nose.
Stop dying.
Unfortunately, Ed, it's not really something that's in my power to control.
Oh dear. So
Maybe not you.
So Ingvar's sort of thinking to himself, this place looks a little too fancy up top. Maybe I should head further down to one of the more common areas.
Can't say I've ever had the feeling of this place looks too nice. Where are the slums? But okay.
Well, think of it this way. You see the bank up top? Most of the buildings in the upper quarter look similarly fancy. Or, like, trying to be similarly fancy. Whereas all of the buildings down in the lower quarter are less so, more modest. Generally just nice, if you will. But yeah. Anyway, as you wander through the town, you sort of see several things in front of you. So one of the first things that you see is a giant elevator. And the elevator looks like it's being used to transport goods and that sort of thing up and down from the lower level of the town. There's also two roads splitting off, one that goes down to the south and one that heads up north and sort of down and around into town. Which direction would you like to take?
He's probably going to head. I'm here. He's probably going to head down the south route.
The south route. Okay.
Yeah.
So the way we do these sessions, I should point out, is that the direction that you move your character is the direction that I will take that you are going. So if you start moving your character in direction north, I will take it to mean that you are going north. And if you start moving your character south, I will take it that you mean to take your character south, etc., etc. You don't have to tell me that you're going south. It is helpful to know that, but in general, if you start moving your character in a specific direction, Sarian, put Gilk back, and before you get him stuck in the terrain again.
He's drunk wandering. Leave him alone.
Uh-huh. He's drunk sleepwalking.
Sure, why not?
That's a point, actually. I should...
Because he would have still been asleep at that point.
In which case, this is basically a Benny Hill show at this point of fucking Gilk wandering around while drunkenly asleep and Isaac slowly chasing after him.
Dear God, I've gone blind.
Yeah, no, I just made it dark. Because technically, yes, it is.
You can't find me.
So yeah, if you would like to move your piece as I narrate, Lydia, you are more than welcome.
Hey,
so
Ed,
you are heading along
seat.
the north road, in fact.
I can't read directions, apparently.
It's fine. Go ahead. So yeah, as you head along the north road, you notice sort of houses down on a terrace below you. They're relatively sort of fancy, sort of a set of terraced houses that have bright lights in the windows and smoke purling out of the chimneys, etc., etc. As you walk along the I guess the boulevard, not really sure if it's a boulevard, but like the street, you come to a set of stairs that actually leads down to the terrace on the houses. You walk by that and proceed onwards down the... Oh, God. Wait, where are you going?
I don't know anymore. I missed the stairs completely because I couldn't see them.
That is fair, actually.
If you right-click on your character, you can enable a torch.
Oh, he's glowing. I just missed the staircase. Yeah.
Give me one...
Oh, my uncle had that once.
I need this one.
Ow.
There we go. I've marked the stairs by putting in some lights. I think I'm gonna have to take that into consideration in the future. There is going to be scenarios where it will be dark and I will need to mark some stuff with lights. So yeah. Anyway. Right. The stairs. You can either take the stairs or you can carry on going down the road, but realistically, carrying on down the road will take you exactly the same direction the stairs do. As you walk down the stairs, you encounter a wandering person who, surprisingly, seems to be... Well, the person is a hulking barbarian-like figure who, surprisingly, seems to be asleep. In fact, they seem to be sleepwalking at the moment. As you watch them walk past, they mumble to themselves very briefly under their voice. What do they mumble, Sarah?
Chicken.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Sure. Whatever.
Sir, are you okay?
There's just a very grumpy-looking cleric follows behind them.
What on earth?
Yeah. Okay. The pair walk past you. The barbarian.
He's in the ocean now.
Sleep. I did warn you that would happen. The barbarian sleepwalking and the cleric sort of grumbling as he looks like he's about to shoot the barbarian. To be honest, the way he's handling the pistol on his belt. But he just sort of walks up the stairs and off down the road.
Fucking Matano, if I have to get another door's costs out of my paycheck this month.
You guys are getting paid.
Oh.
What egg Vargas
Wait, is
feels very
Darren also
confused.
here now? just
Yes.
following along. You guys are getting paid for this?
Oh,
Oh
God.
dear.
Anyway, the three weird people walk off up the stairs, and you are left a little bewildered by their appearance and subsequent disappearance.
He is very confused.
As you walk further on down into the town, the buildings become a little bit more rustic, a little bit less well maintained. You walk past what looks like a stonemason's, lots of big blocks of marble standing in the words. I can do that. I can think. Brain, no working. Hold on. It's very warm in here all of a sudden. I'm going to open a window.
Oh yeah, I see now.
And that's a way to dodge responsibility.
Oh wait, the window is already open. That's why it's warm. Great. Okay. Anyway, you walk past a stonemason. You see the massive church, the massive cathedral of the seven. Excuse me. Of the seven gods, standing proud in the sort of garden to the side. If you knocked at the doors of the cathedral, it is very likely that the nuns would offer you sanctuary. So, actually, I should explain this to everyone. This particular thing. In this world, any order of a god is permitted to grant sanctuary to anyone who requests it. Granting sanctuary essentially means that for the duration of time that you are under their roof, they will protect you and keep you safe and keep you unharmed. This applies to any god, including Benor, the god of destruction. If you somehow, and I don't know how you would because they are extremely rare, but if you somehow manage to find a temple of Benor and you request sanctuary from priests that somehow are still alive, they are, and they then proceed to accept that sanctuary, they will protect you, which I don't know how that'll ever happen, because it's the god of death and, well, the god of war and destruction, which, usually not particularly known for keeping people safe, but...
They'll protect you by killing you. It's all good.
Yeah, they can't kill you. That's sort of the point. But yeah, basically, any sort of order of the gods will grant you sanctuary if you ask for it. Most of them will grant you sanctuary regardless of your situation. Some of them will need a more specific reason before they accept you for sanctuary, but at the end of the day, any of them will grant you sanctuary if you request it. So yeah,
okay.
that is a mechanic that is in this game that you will be able to use if you wish, but that is up to you. So yeah. Right. As you walk further and further into the city, you see a lot of different sort of places are closed at the moment, mainly because it's quite late at night. But there is one or two inns that are still open. One of them is sort of hold on, I should really not build during streams.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, well,
Keep that in mind for our space engineers to mark.
yeah, definitely, Line. I will proceed to not do any building at all. You will never, ever get that carrier ship finished.
It's fine, I made a printer. I'll just do it in chunks.
But yeah, anyway. As you proceed down into the town, around the long walkways, into the town square, you overhear a couple of people chatting away near the fountain. It's late night. There are a few sort of there are a few stragglers, few drunks here and there. This particular group of people seem to be relatively sober. And they also seem to be relatively armed. One of them, and you'll have to give me a moment to bring these miniatures in. One of them is a fairly armored knight, who seems particularly talkative of the group. And you overhear them. Really? You overhear
me.
them...
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. I know it's Sarin. He's the only person who would do that, and I know it's him. There is no question about it.
Your point?
Anyway, you overhear this group of I suppose you could call them adventurers, chatting away about some weird event that happened a few days ago, and the knight says, "Well, you know, I heard Castor Wilhelm got exploded the other day. I mean, exploded. He's a fire wizard. How does a fire wizard explode?" And his companion goes, "Well, I mean, fire wizards aren't fireproof, are they? Yes, they're not fireproof, but you'd think he'd have a little more sense than to go and get himself exploded." And a third one chimes in and goes, "You know, I heard he was bartering on the black market. Something to do with aromantic gems or something. I don't know. It's all very hush-hush. I heard that the guards were investigating it, and then someone bribed them to shut it down." And as you walk past, you hear them carry on this sort of line of questioning and thought and conspiracies about the guards.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And as you're about to leave, you hear the knight go, "You know, there's still scorch marks all over the wall by the rose and thorn. It's like someone breathed fire on it or something, like a dragon head. Funny." And the party sort of walks off down towards the docks. "Sarin, stop that!"
No. I've got nothing else to do.
Well, you can be patient while we get.
You can
the new
listen
character.
respectfully to someone's backstory.
Yeah.
I am listening, and I'm entertaining my stream at the same time.
Anyway,
So he thinks this is all very interesting, and he would like to find where this scorched area, because he doesn't know the town, he
Well.
doesn't know the inn.
thankfully, hold on. Aha. Thankfully, there are signposts around.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm working as fast as I can, all right? There's only so much I can do. I'm
No, it was
ad-libbing
more the
half of
realization
this.
if we're never leaving this sodding town, you're just going to keep adding things to it.
And the signpost actually has an indication for various inns. In fact, scribbled, or more like carved actually, sort of chiseled into the wood with a small arrow, is actually the words "the Rose and Thorn," which point on, after a variety of signposts, they point down here. There you go. I can use rulers as indicators. That's nice.
So this is the Rose and Thorn. This is the way I need to head.
Yes.
Follow the highlighted quest line.
Follow the quest line. Like the literal quest line.
A quest marker will appear on your HUD.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a quest marker on your HUD, adventurer. You should try following it.
Love it.
And as he approaches, he can smell the scorch, the fires and the embers.
Yes. So the wall and the floor, all of this sort of this area here is basically covered in scorch marks. There is soot. There is a bunch of different things. that would indicate fire damage to all of this area. And the one thing that you notice the most is the fact that the garden that is next to it, all of the grass is on fire. Quite badly on fire. And nestled sort of in the middle of all of that is a small crystalline orb. But it's a little bit too on fire to get to right now. Which means you're probably going to have to put the fire out somehow.
I could just wait for the fire to burn.
You could just wait. Would you like to do that?
Well, the only thing he's really got on him is that could put the fire out is maybe a canteen of water. I don't think
this entire 15-foot by 15-foot area is burning. I don't think that's
I don't think so.
I don't think that's gonna work, I'll be honest.
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, you could definitely wait.
He could wait in the inn and then head out into the garden a little before the others do in the morning.
Yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah.
Okay. You enter the inn. It's late night. It's mostly cleared up at this point. And Margaret is somehow still sitting behind the counter. Hold on. There you go. And she offers you a room for the night at a quote-unquote discounted price of 2 gold. Which you get the feeling is very much not discounted at all, but you're a little too tired to argue.
Mm-hmm.
And you wake up the next morning, come down to the garden. I'm just going to quickly run through all this, just so that we can get to some actual character interaction. And you find that the everything is out. The fire is out. The grass is no longer grass. It is simply scorched earth. But the one thing that's missing is the orb, which you were fairly sure was in the middle of the garden. It is no longer there. And you set about trying to find it. And that is when the other 3 appear. The 3 that you saw the night before, walking through the town, a barbarian who was sleepwalking, talking about chicken, and 2 others complaining about it.
Sounds like most D&D parties, yep.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hey. So
Presumably it's day now.
Yes, it is day now. I'm guessing that hasn't applied to the game board.
there we go.
Yep. I actually need to click apply on this stuff.
Huh. So looking at the party a little closer in the morning, Igfar recognizes the Saren.
Saren, what are you doing?
He recognizes this sheer hulk of a barbarian that passed him the night before. And he's like, wait, I recognize you. You passed me in the night.
Saren?
Oh, he's got. Oh.
There it goes. I was muted. What? I looks over at Isaac.
Isaac's just going to witheringly look at him. Let's just say you passed a lot that night.
I believe
Sorry
you.
about that. He was unbelievably drunk. I am sorry if he bumped into you, stole your doors, or any such, well,
Right,
again,
that
looks at him,
reminds me.
barbaric
Theron, roll
behavior.
me a d6.
God,
Oh,
I'm
no.
not rolling a d6.
Why is he rolling a d6?
Reasons.
That's quite all right. I
Why
don't have.
is he yeeting a d6 into the stratosphere?
Over the course of the night, Ed, you know this. Saren does not remember this, but you know this. Gilk has walked into several lampposts, left a dent in a rather large brick wall, and stolen no less than 5 doors.
Did he take them with him, or did he just sort of unhinge them and then leave?
He unhinged them, dragged them with him until he found a more interesting looking door.
So, a big door swap party.
Yes.
Oh, great.
The last door that Gilk had, he actually dragged back to the inn, yes. And it is a door that looks a little bit like a jail cell door.
Oh my god.
I broke out of jail.
You
Not to
don't
be
know
confused
where
with
it
the
came
jail
from.
cell door we ripped off in the catacombs.
At one point during the night, Ed, you lost Gilk. He disappeared down an alley somewhere,
I
and
thought this
like,
has just become the hangover now.
and like 45 minutes later, he came back and he was holding that door. And you're not sure where it came from. You have no idea.
Okay. I'm assuming it's still chilling in his room at the inn.
At the moment, yes.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I would
Uh,
have propped it against the door here because the barkeep would have yelled at me to leave it outside.
Actually, no. Yeah, that's a point. It is currently just propped against the wall right there. That's a
Sorry.
good point.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened during the night.
I'm sorry in advance if you bumped into anybody, if you have any bruises. Any legislation involving brick walls should probably be sent to whatever guild of barbarians he's responsible for. If you have lost any doors, probably the same sort of a point. I'm told that they're probably in the north. If you ask around, that would probably work out. And also, if you happen to have lost any limbs, we're not responsible for that either.
That's quite all right. I don't own any dolls at this very moment.
Thank you. There's just a moment where it just all of the like tiredness just breaks through, just like a human being with a sentence. Thank you. You can understand being his well, for want of a better word, babysitter is not the most thankful of tasks.
I'm sorry, Barbie sitter?
Yes.
Barbie sitter.
Yes, he's a barbarian and I'm his sitter.
I would like to request an attack on Isaac, please.
I'm
roll
sure
me
if
a
you just
D20.
punched him in the shoulder, it would do damage. The dude's built like a string bean.
Oh, Christ.
Elbow to the shoulder. I want an elbow to the shoulder.
There we go.
I'll just like
Roll
hate
me a
something.
D20. If you actually want to attack
Oh, it's happening.
Isaac, roll me a
What-
D20.
What is it with the dice?
God.
Like miles and miles.
Oh,
That's a 19.
Oh, God.
It was close to not. It was close to not doing it. You were 2 over.
it was
Imagine
nearly a nat 20.
And it's just my elbow, so it's not armed or anything. But so it'd
you
be a straight
attempt
strength?
to gently elbow.
Would this count as
Isaac.
the shove action?
You attempt to gently elbow Isaac in the shoulder because you're high enough that you could just elbow him in the shoulder. you do it a little too hard, and Isaac gets knocked over and falls to the ground about 4 feet away, or 5 feet away. No, wait, that's 10 feet. 10 feet away. There we go.
Just picturing an anime scene, just...
Yeah, the camera's still on the two of them. You just go, boom, and he's...
Roll me a d4 for damage.
Oh.
Isaac, take 3 points of damage.
That's fine.
I want to see what the in-game attacks look like. Can you approve it?
What?
In-game, I'm trying to attack Isaac with the in-game attack.
Just to see how it animates with the model.
Yeah. Oh, that worked. That works.
So you nut them.
Basically, yes, apparently.
Hey, Jesus.
Get used to it. This is what we're like.
I see.
Well, not all
So
of
I've
us.
been Edgar Wrighted out of frame.
What?
I've just, it's a directorial trick of just things moving, things leaving frame or things entering frame sideways are funny.
Oh. Yes. Sorry. I know it by a different... Well, I know it by its actual name, but yes, no, I get what you
Anyway,
mean.
moving on.
Yeah.
Is
Carry on.
Is he okay?
It'll
Don't worry,
probably be
this
fine. If it's
happens
any
more than you
consolation,
think.
I don't have the altitude to nut you.
This happens more often than you would think. Just from the floor. He's not even trying to get up at this point, he's just sort of accepting it.
So Ingvar just kind of nods his head, and then he looks round one more time before letting out a soft sigh. It's gone. The orb I was looking for vanished overnight. I don't suppose you three have seen anything on the way back to on your travels.
It's okay, bud. The moon will rise again tomorrow night.
I'm not. I'm talking about a fire. Orb,
You get
not-
used
not
to
the
that
moon.
too.
Oh dear.
Oh. Now I remember why I like these D&D sessions.
And why you put up with my shenanigans.
Ingvar just kind of face palms a bit. Quite. So
I'm
my
a barbarian. I'm not the smart one.
Is there any other way that someone other than Mr. Door over there can help?
I'm not sure my trail has gone, for a lack of better words, a little bit cold now that the orb is gone.
And you have information on this.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Are you? This is brand new character information.
Fair enough. I will say no more. Okay.
Good thing it's daytime.
It is daytime. The world is moving on. The town is starting to wake up. The north, as you guys keep
Is Isaac starting to wake up from the clocking?
I mean, you're awake. You just
No,
got
I meant
knocked
as in,
over.
can I stand up yet?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
You could have stood up at the moment.
I'll just resurrect my mini because I love the fact that this is an option.
Yes.
You could just do the flop.
Everybody do the flop.
Although Gilk takes the base with him.
Yes, Gilk takes his foam stone with him when he flops over.
All right, we're gonna run out of time, guys. We're gonna be still stuck in
At
this
this
town.
rate.
Yes.
I mean, Saren, we're going to be in this town for the next, 5 sessions.
No, you're not. I'm trying.
I've accepted our fate now.
I'm actively trying to get you out of this town at some point, which is why I've been building all of the stuff outside of it as well.
And then you put the orb back in the town!
Yes,
And now the orb's out somewhere.
It was in the town to start with. There's not much I can do about it, I'm afraid. Until such a time as the orb leaves the town.
Hold on.
We're
The
just
game
trolling,
master
mate.
can't do anything about it. We're all fucked.
Oh dear.
Look, I'm the DM. I'm not the person who actually manages to get things done. There's a difference.
We know.
So a distinctly disheveled cleric sort of rustles his way back over to the barbarian. It's like, yeah, you need to work on your aim there. The force was there, but you kind of overshot it a bit. You pushed through me rather than pushing me. Anyway.
Sorry, I was aiming for your head.
Well, then you definitely need to work on your aim. If it's all right to ask, talking orbs and stuff, that sounds pretty magical. Why does it matter so much? I think you might have busted a rib.
It matters because I believe it was involved in part of my past, an incident, if you were.
All right then. As in, it's your orb. As in, it's someone else's orb.
Oh, it's not.
in,
It's not mine.
This orb was part of the bandits that killed your family. What are we talking about here? What sort of backstory? Ow. Sorry, it hurts to cough.
I can only imagine after witnessing that attempt of elbowing.
I consider it conditioning.
Quite, but I believe.
You bruised his orbs. God damn it, Darren.
But I believe that orb was involved in the burning of my family home.
All right. So we're talking antagonistic orb, right? Okay
Yes,
then.
quite.
So I just wanted to check in on that because we've had a couple of run-ins recently with certain, looks down at Darren, characters who were not quite so savory. And leaves one a little bit lighter after spinning a bit of a sob story. However, the whole dead family angle is not one most people tend to go for.
Yeah.
Well, you've been around as long as I have. You tend to learn the con man storylines. Okay.
You might have mentioned that earlier.
It was more fun to watch you squirm, kid. Right. So, we're saying that this garden, I don't remember this garden, but this garden was, I'm guessing, burned by said orb?
Yeah, but I came to town last in the evening. Some time ago, and I saw this group outside of the town fountain mentioning that there'd been rumors, and that they mentioned the Rose and Thorn Inn. So I thought heading there would be my best bet of finding this orb, only to find this garden was quite literally on fire in the middle of the night.
I didn't do it.
No, we don't that one. God knows, if you lit a fire, you would have probably tried to piss it out. And then the alcohol in your system would have just set you on fire. Right. Quick question. What does this orb look like?
It's a pretty dark coloured orb with like red swirls in it.
Dark with red swirls. Right then. So probably not the same one. I only wanted to check. I have seen an orb around, but it was pure black and rolled down that alleyway over there. And he indicates to, I'm just going to wiggle my mini, I'm not moving, this alleyway.
No, it had visible red swirls in it. It wasn't completely black, and it was also very on fire.
Great wall of fire of some kind.
Jiminy Christmas. Great balls of fire.
The sun!
No, it's not that. No.
Much smaller, much smaller.
That's
But
the fucking moon and the sun.
But I had no way of really putting the fire out, so I thought if I stayed at the inn, it would eventually.
Oh, completely understandable. Yeah, burn itself out.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. Right. Okay then. I understand this is a lot of questions in a short space of time, and I'm aware that this is probably going to be the stupidest of the lot. Why are you specifically chasing an orb that has had a negative impact on your life, shall we say?
I just want answers. I don't know why.
From a piece of rock.
Not so much the orb, but the one who maybe had the orb, or who used the orb, or if it's still in their possession or not, I don't know.
Right, okay. The closest we'd probably know about magical orbs and such items is you're probably, and this is unsavory, you're probably looking at the black market when it comes to that kind of destructive power. There's been a shady man somewhere around the inn. I've been trying to keep tabs on him, but I've been trying to keep tabs on him. Gestures to Gilk, and I've only got the 2 eyes.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
As you're speaking, you notice...
The shady man appears.
You notice out of the corner of your eye, a furtive-looking man come out from where the elevators are.
There's elevators?
There's elevators, yes. There's a elevator. There's the transport elevator.
Yeah, the big ass elevator.
Comes out from where the elevator is on and disappears down the road. He walks past the front of the alleyway very quickly before disappearing.
Does Isaac see this?
Roll me a perception check.
Where are all the skills? Because fucking Adventurer's Codex is weird. There we go.
It's under skills.
I got that bit, but it should... I just don't understand why it can't all be on the front page. Like, here's all the stuff you're going to need at, like, a hand's reach.
Because
just put
then
it on
the front page would be massive.
This is why I like Roll20. So much easier.
This is why I just like a character sheet. Was it investigation or perception, was it?
Perception.
Perception.
Cool. Alright, so it's not great. It's a 6. It's a +3 to bring it to a 9. That's still not great.
You don't see a full picture of the person that walked past the alleyway. What you do see is the tip of a shovel, some black clothing, and what looks like a sack. And...
Still enough for me to make my joke. Yeah. Mr. Shady is probably the likeliest candidate for a black market contact. Carries a shovel and a sort of black cloak around, kind of like that guy over there. So that's probably not the same guy. Just using it as an example.
You could be... You could be right. I don't know if it would be wise to approach somebody involved in the black market in the bright of day.
We may have other problems. Excuse me a moment.
Gilk has gone. Gilk has gone off to chase. Immediately.
You're welcome to come with if you want.
I'm right behind you.
Okay.
Where'd he go? We just kind of just charge on.
As you walk down the alley and turn the corner, you see a door that leads into the fishmonger's close.
Something smells a bit fishy.
Wait. Use the handle like a normal person.
As you... Hang on. Might I suggest, given our previous history with trying to chase people, that I sneak around the back entrance first?
Is there a back entrance?
If there is, I'll certainly find out.
Okay.
Well, there's always windows and that kind of stuff you can peek through. Darren, be my guest.
Alright.
Oh. Handle slowly.
Oh.
Maybe even knock first, but that's kind of advanced. I see that spinning D20.
I go to knock with the heavy end
God.
of my fist.
The heavy end of your fist.
Oh God, Saren.
How many ends does your fist have?
A good hearty knock.
A good hearty knock.
I have the back door.
Can I do whatever the opposite of help is? Can I use the hinder action that I've just invented to impose disadvantage?
Okay. I will allow this with a caveat. In order to hinder Saren's roll, you will need to accept
A shrubbery.
What?
We
No.
will need a shrubbery.
You will not need a shrubbery. Neat. No. You will need a well, essentially,
That's not
if
an actual
Saren
roll. I
succeeds
gotta go
in
answer the
his
door.
roll,
That's not an actual roll. I gotta go answer the door. Be right back.
No, we
Let's
got
just
it. It's
say
fine.
that it was a 5.
you'll need to step in, but you will also need to accept the consequences of the action of stepping in, which may mean that you end up getting in the way. And if he succeeds on the
I know
roll,
exactly how I want to step in.
okay, that's fine. It basically, if for example, if you were trying to interfere by standing in front of him while he's trying to knock on the door and he rolls a d20,
No, I
even
get that.
with
I get that.
disadvantage,
You will go through me.
yes. And
No,
you
my
go through the
idea
door,
was
and
he
you might
wears the
take
door on
damage.
his back. I was going to grab hold of the door and try and sort of pull backwards to lessen the impact.
Okay, in order to do something like that, you would need to roll me a d20
That's fine.
to see how much disadvantage Saren gets, basically.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, more like how much it ups the DC, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay. Is that a particular type of roll or just a flat D20?
Just a flat d20.
13.
13. Okay. I'd say Taryn gets 2 disadvantage. Well, no. No, Taryn's quite strong, actually. He gets a disadvantage. So yeah,
Okay.
he has to roll with 1 disadvantage, basically.
Igvar's just kind of standing there wondering if this is a daily occurrence.
Yes.
You
Right.
can see by the hollowness in Isaac's eyes, it is.
In the meantime, Darren has managed to scout round back of the fishmongers. There is a back door, as a matter of fact. It is, as far as you can tell, currently locked. But it does have a lock. So you
In
probably
theory,
need
the
to-
front door could be currently locked, and it won't necessarily matter in a few minutes.
sorry
I don't
about
consider
that.
that much
I'm
issue.
back.
I love the consistency that this is even the same fishmongers and the same well at which we ended up chatting with the cat.
Yep.
Right.
I have
yeah,
bad
rolling.
memories here. I'm readying an action to hurt whoever comes through this.
Okay, so you are rolling with disadvantage because Ed is trying to hold you back, Saren.
Okay. Oh.
There's that 5 again.
Well, roll me
Stated
another
to
one.
be.
In before he goes a crit 1 and it just lands on me instead.
7. Okay, so
Nope.
yeah, 5. With Isaac holding onto the back, onto the door on your shield and lessening the force of your fist, you manage a somewhat normal knock on the door. It's a little loud, but it is relatively normal. In the meanwhile, Darren has managed to get to the back door. What are you doing? I'm out of tea. Damn
Rip.
it.
We have to hurry up, guys. Lucian's on life support.
Why? What are you doing?
I'm readying an action to hurt whoever comes through this door.
Okay. Fair enough.
Friend or foe, we'll find out which.
Sure.
Hmm.
I believe that will also give me surprise, so hence I shall have sneak attack.
From
God.
inside the fishmongers,
We're going to mangle this
is...
man's cat or something.
From inside the fishmongers, there is a slight scuffle sound, and then silence, and then there's a fairly loud sort of booming voice. Give me 1 second to grab a... Where is it?
I like how it's a fishmongers, but it's got a pig on the table.
Many
Yeah.
pigs.
Well, that's lunch.
Unfortunately, there's not really much in the way of meat that is, or fish that is cooked that isn't, for some reason, spit roasted over a campfire.
I like whatever the hell is in the freezer.
Okay. And then a booming voice goes, come in? The person behind the voice seems rather confused about why you're knocking on the door of a shop.
Let's glide ourselves in.
Okay.
Do we see Mr. Shady in here at all?
At
I can't
first
see.
cursory glance, no.
Okay.
I can't see shit because the roof won't go away.
You grab the little, like, green thing on the right-hand side,
Oh, yeah.
which
Drag it
on the
down.
slider, and bring it down, then eventually the roof should disappear.
Oh god, that's too far.
Bring it down to just above the white one.
Yeah, I got it. That's better.
Pardon me. So trying desperately to get in before Gilk breaks something, just like trying to squeeze past him in the doorway and sort of stick an arm out to butt into the conversation. Isaac is going to just apologetically be this. Sorry, sir. I understand this is a very bizarre question right now. You haven't seen a chap with a black cloak and a shovel come through here or in the area at all, have you? My friend is not sure if they know him and just wants to ask him a couple questions.
And the fishmonger looks at you for a moment. He looks perturbed and goes, "No, I haven't seen anyone by that description. A black cloak, did you say? A shovel? Who carries a shovel around on the streets?"
Well, surprisingly, two people, actually. There was one a few nights ago I saw him, and then I saw a different person today. Apparently, shoveling is all the rage these days.
Really? That sounds very strange. That sounds very strange indeed.
Well, that was my friend's line of logic. It was if they're invested in similar interests, then they may actually know each other. We're actually looking for the other guy, but the first guy might know the second guy. Wait, no, the second guy might know the... Which guy was which again, Gilk?
Just tell us where the guy is.
He said he doesn't know.
You wouldn't mind
yeah.
us having a look around then.
Oh, well, there's no need to be quite so threatening about it. Would you be all right with us just having a glance around? We're happy to browse wares while we're here as well.
The fishmonger goes, I was actually going to be closing up shop in a few minutes.
For the morning?
Well, I don't usually get any fresh catches until about midday, so there's not really any point in me being open in the mornings, I'm afraid.
So why were you open in the first place?
I had to get rid of some stuff. But
So you opened up
browse,
shop
there's-
to get rid of stuff.
Wouldn't that be more of a back entrance thing rather than a front entrance thing? It kind of gives the wrong impression to people of the public.
Well, most of the town knows the way I operate. It's not exactly uncommon for me to do stuff like that. I'm sorry, sirs. I mean, if you are looking for something for a meal during the evening, I'm sure I could accommodate you later in the day. But I'm afraid there's nothing really here at the moment.
As you said, afternoon catch. Completely understand. Can I, just out of interest, what sort of fish do you mainly catch in the area? I'm kind of new myself, but primarily from, well, it's town's long gone now, but it was more over towards the other coast. I was interested in the wildlife. And while he's chatting, is it possible to roll insight in the difference in demeanor between him chatting business and him chatting about men with black cloaks?
Yes, you may. You may roll me insight on that.
Effectively, DM, can I Columbo this shit?
You are, yes, you are allowed to. As his demeanor does noticeably change. He seems a lot more confident when chatting about the types of fish that are around. But you, well, until you tell me what you rolled,
That's
I can't really
fine.
tell you.
That landed on a 12 with a... I realize my insight is surprisingly low, actually. I need to work on that. I thought it was bigger. That's a +1,
thought
so
it
the
was
13.
bigger,
So.
really?
Well, given that my investigation has proficiency, my insight doesn't. I read eyes, and I don't have my glasses on at the moment, so I read inv rather than ints, and
I
thought my
see.
+2 rather than the +1, so it's 13 total.
13 total. There is a noticeable difference in his demeanor. You don't know if that's because he's less used to talking business or just because he's really into fish. But there is a noticeable difference in his demeanor when he's actually talking about something that isn't business related. He goes on for a few minutes about the different types of fish that they get.
Can I make sure that I'm talking to him from this position so that in order to face me, he'd be having to face the walls?
Yeah, that's definitely something that you can do. There you go.
Okay. Just gonna leave that there if anyone's interested.
Igral looks at the fishmonger, looks at the freezer door, and then looks at Gilk. Is there any way to get through that door? He whispers.
There is.
But the problem is, can we get through the door with... He'll
Look,
notice.
when what you have is a barbarian, everything starts to look like a door.
Oh god.
Gilk is actually going to take a moment and take a study to look around, using his knowledge of the gladiator pits for any like traps or hidden ways or anything like that.
Yeah, good point. Stage entrance, this kind of thing.
Wait, what? Could you repeat that?
So, traps or hidden doorways or anything like that, using his experience as from the gladiator pits.
I would give you an advantage roll on perception.
Okay.
To find that out in this area.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Not bad.
Uncharacteristic.
And it's gone.
It went into space.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Well,
I'll take the
thankfully
first
you
one.
rolled with advantage. So yeah, that 19.
Sometimes it's not a good
20,
idea to shoot for the moon.
At the very least. Okay.
Oh.
So as you look around, you notice that the floorboards underneath Ingvar's feet are noticeably different from the ones around the edge of the room. The floorboards are actually sort of newer, if you will. They look less worn down, less sort of fused together by dirt and sort of things that have been traipsed through the door. And yeah, there is definitely something below those floorboards that is not a usual sort of situation, if you will. It's definitely not just floorboards, as far as you can tell. The boards under Ingvar's feet are actually bent very slightly, more so than the ones that are under Isaac's feet. And you do manage to notice that. Yeah.
Do I notice anything else in the room?
Relating to traps and general other
entrances,
stuff?
trap
No,
entrances,
you do
hidden
not.
stuff.
There is nothing else in the room that would be reminiscent of that sort of thing.
So what I would like to do, noticing the floorboards, is I'll take like my foot on like one of the edge of the floorboards and just push into it to see if it like creaks or shifts.
The floorboard below your foot creaks very slightly. It doesn't shift so much as it sort of dips very gently.
I'll catch sorry, what was it? How Ingvar?
Ingvar.
Ingvar?
Yeah.
I'll catch Ingvar's eye and just look down at the floorboards.
So he's so Gilk's caught Ingvar's eye, and Ingvar gives him a subtle nod as he looks at the floor, and then he whispers, "These floorboards look a little different from the rest of the shop. Do you think there might be something under this, or?"
Gives a nod.
He scoots. Ingvar scoots a little to his right. So he's mostly out of the. So he's mostly out of sight of the fishmonger. And then kneels down to see if they're loose in any way.
Roll me performance.
Gotcha.
Okay, carry on.
Guys, continue.
He can't feel if the board's completely loose, but there is a little bit of give there. So he looks to Gilk and points at the floor, wondering if there's any way they can get these up.
Not without bringing attention to it.
Do you think your dwarf friend round the back can maybe cause a distraction?
You would have to get a message to him somehow. And Gilk's kind of in the impression where he doesn't want to leave the doorway. Like, something is telling him to stay put in the doorway.
From the flow of conversation, y'all get the feeling you've probably got about 5 minutes to figure something out.
The hell?
Oh, Gilk goes, what the hell? Reaches for the floorboards and proceeds to pull them up.
you're going to proceed to pull them up. You
Yep.
sure about that? What am I
Yep.
saying? Of course you're sure. You're you.
You could have just knocked your foot on them first.
I did.
Jens?
I pushed.
What was it you said about building on stream?
He needs to because I found something I wasn't.
I
supposed
need to because Saren's derailing stuff.
Oh no,
nothing-
he's bit the plot hook that you gave him.
Yeah, none of you have rolled perception properly in that room, so
Saren's looking around and sees the different floorboards. I'm like, my character's gonna roll perception.
What is a trapdoor but a horizontal door?
Igvar's gonna shift out the way before he gets a floorboard to the face.
okay. So you're attempting to rip up the floorboards, right?
Not a rip up, but try to find, the opening to pull them up.
Wait, so are you...
Sorry.
No, go
I'm
ahead,
trying
go
to.
ahead.
I know that it's a fake floor, so I'm trying to find a way to open it.
You know, it's a new floor. It might not necessarily be a fake floor.
All right, fine. I'm gonna. I'll rip it open. However,
Okay.
using my axe, whatever I could get leverage with it. Gonna pull it up.
Okay. I take it you're not trying to do this stealthily.
At this point, no.
Igvar's just like, well, there goes any sign of subtlety out the window.
Right. In that case, roll me strength.
Do I get advantage or no?
No, not on this.
Not on this. So that's 9.
Okay. Well, in that case, as you sort of lever your axe against the floorboards, the merchant turns around and goes, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Not this again. Gilk, stop.
Isaac, look.
It's just a building inspection, so don't worry about it.
Building.
I don't
You
think
aren't-
that.
How d-
I'm
and-
sorry. I'm sorry. They're very suspicious types.
Isaac,
You
look.
just met the man.
Look. Darren, be quiet. That's fantastic. So I'm going to attempt to try and I suppose I've got to at least give Gilk a little bit of benefit and try and figure out what it is he's going for here. Because I've been out the loop doing small talk. Would that be investigate, percept?
Investigate. Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, to be with assistance because I'm, directing him where to look.
Yeah. I'll give you advantage on that then.
Okay.
Oh my good lord.
That is an 18 with a +2.
Yeah. You're looking at the floor now, and the floorboards are definitely new. And you spy hints of metal at the edges.
These floorboards were secured with nails. Fascinating.
No, okay.
You can't even
spy
see the
hints of
floorboard.
metal
You can see the nails,
under
though.
the floorboards at the edges.
Okay.
I almost
So-
spit a beer. Thanks for that.
So we're doing the sort of the peacemaker gesture with one hand out towards the shopkeeper and one hand pretty much on Gilk's shoulder. They're just like, I'm sorry. My friend here is still clearly concerned about finding the man in black, and I can't help but notice your floorboards seem a little bit unusually different than the rest of the shop's architecture. There's also a kind of a glint down there. I get the
wait.
feeling you might not be telling us everything, given quite how nervous you were.
The merchant goes, I had those replaced recently.
And what would be glinting under them exactly?
Well, nails. You use
That would be
nails
glinting
to-
in them, not under them. Unless your
They
workmen dropped an astounding amount of nails.
They go through the floorboards, and I mean, I'll admit that the last time someone carried a heavy box in here, the old floorboards just broke, so I had the blacksmith secure them with iron bracing.
Iron bracing, I see. How can I just ask? You'll have to forgive me. What would approximately be the cost of one single floorboard?
A singular floorboard?
One singular floorboard out of this, if it were to be replaced,
I feel like
just
this
to
is asking
satisfy the
GM, not
barbarian's
Fishmonger.
curiosity.
I suppose that singular floorboard would be about 1 silver, perhaps.
All right.
Maybe,
Okay.
Maybe less.
All right. So I'm going to pop 2 silver on the counter, and just to indicate, right, I am truly sorry for what's about to happen. Ilk, 1 floorboard. Ingvar, you probably just this could take a while. Pull up a seat or something.
Okay.
I'm gonna raise my battle axe above my head.
No, not the battle axe. Not the battle axe above the head. Just a single lever on a single floorboard. There's a lot of stuff in here. We don't want to damage the merchandise. No damaging the roof. No damaging the other floorboards. No damaging the barrels. No damaging the desks. No damaging anything.
Fine. This will take a while. You might want to go sit on that barrel, though.
I turning to the fisherman, I am so very sorry. He is very stubborn. I have been dealing with this all week. 2 silver is a fraction of the pain I've been through today. And he's going to go and lean on the barrel, just waiting for this. I'm assuming it's I'm going to wiggle this floorboard that we're going after, given it was the one Ingvar was standing on earlier.
One.
Hang on a minute, don't want to stand on the barrel.
One moment.
Oh.
Very quickly.
There we go.
I need to roll. Okay, that's fine. Right. In that case, Taryn, roll me strength.
Well, against the floorboard.
That's 20 total.
Okay.
And probably the surrounding ones.
You lever your axe against the floorboards. And and you pull. And you push. And for a moment nothing happens. And then a few seconds later, what did I just? Oh, I pressed N by accident. Sorry. A few seconds later, you hear a very gentle pop, and all of the floorboards that were connected to that single floorboard by the iron bracing under them, sort of jump and lever out of the floor and then slide to sort of the left, as if they're on tracks. Basically.
I'm recoiling out of the way of this.
You have managed to disappear from my camera view. Hold on.
Sorry,
No,
basically just basically shuffling butt on top of the barrel just to get as far away from this destruction as possible.
Underneath these floorboards, there is a pair of trapdoors. Unfortunately, Saren, you've also managed to lodge your axe so well into the floorboards that it's taken a little bit of effort to actually get it back out again.
But I get it back out.
after about 15 minutes of casual jiggling and stuff, yes.
So that gives Isaac enough time to talk to the shaman. Got it.
Yes.
Huh. There's trapdoors. Who'd have thought?
The merchant seems a little bit speechless and just goes.
Just doing the playful sort of kick of the feet forwards and backwards of just so. About things you're not telling us, sir.
Alexander, I agree. Axe plus 4 word equals axe plus 1 range.
Ed, very quickly, roll me perception. Just straight perception.
Okay. 19 tote of a 16 plus 3.
As you're talking to the merchant, and the merchant is sputtering and sort of turning red at this point.
Is this where that brothel was that the the mage was at?
No. That's somewhere else. As you're talking and the merchant is sputtering, and you're swinging your legs and kicking against the barrel that you're standing on, you hear a very gentle "ow."
Did anybody else hear that?
I don't know, GM. Did anyone else hear that?
It. Ed was the only person that heard it because Ed is sitting on top of the barrel.
Ah, right.
I was just being coquettish, but apparently okay. Okay. So it's I guess I'm how do I react to this?
I don't know.
About
Hey, Isaac, stomp out that barrel again.
no, you didn't hear it either. Just it's
Can I roll perception to see if I heard it?
No, you're too far away.
No.
That's
sad.
Isaac is going to let that owl slide for now, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
Owls don't slide, they glide.
Owls punch you in the face.
I mean, I think you mean owls peck you in the face.
No, that peck was with the force of a punch.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I'm trying to get my axe out of the floorboards, care to explain?
Let's face it, in the process of him getting that axe out, it's probably going to leave the door open anyway, so you could save us the effort and just tell us what's under there. And why you were lying about it.
The merchant sort of furtively looks around and goes, look, you just... You cannot tell the town guard, all right? This must stay between us.
The town guard and I don't have the best standing relationship, so trust me, we're not probably going very near them.
Well...
I'm an independent contractor, you could say.
I am... I trade in... fish doesn't sell very well here. All right, we're a fishing town. Everyone fishes. It's not like I make much when I'm selling the stuff, right? I turned to other ventures. I get occasional imports from various places around the world for rare and high-value items.
Looks to Ingvar.
It's nothing illegal. Trust me. It's just frowned upon by, well, people who want me to pay taxes. He mutters.
So, I believe my friend has a couple of questions on the topic of rare imports. Would you not?
I believe I do. I don't suppose you've come across a blackish orb with red swirls inside of it recently, have you?
And as Ingvar says that, Isaac is going to give a noticeable kick to the barrel.
Alright, give me a second. You don't hear anything this time.
Okay.
The merchant goes, an orb, you say? And he sort of, he turns around, goes to a shelf and pulls out a large ledger of some sort, basically. And on said ledger, well, you can't really tell what's on it because it's all upside down for you guys. But on the ledger, he scans through a couple of pages and then goes, a few days ago, I did come across an interesting piece, a black crystal orb. It came into my hands, but I'm fairly sure that I sold it. Yes. Yes, here it is. I sold it for. Well, I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't disclose the details of my clients. Let's just say I sold it for a fair price.
Right.
But there's only been one, and it was black crystal. I'm afraid I don't remember much about it myself.
So you wouldn't remember if it had been, I don't know, on fire at any point in your possession?
Well, I don't remember any fires, but it did get awfully warm when it was here.
So it might have just been inactive at that point. Mostly inactive.
I'm afraid I couldn't tell you. I usually don't deal in magical items. I thought it was just decorative.
Can you give us any details of who you might have sold it to?
The confidentiality of my clients is of utmost importance. I couldn't say.
Not even if I could maybe bribe you a little bit?
Well, I mean...
Fishing is a hard market after all.
I suppose some compensation for such information is not...
Compensation for the floorboards.
Exactly.
Yes, I suppose that
They're very
The
expensive
information
these
is not
days.
going to be cheap, of course, but...
Of course, and the labor.
Well, yes, I am going to have to hire someone to repair the damage. And you can tell that this man is very much monetarily motivated at this point.
Would I don't know. Perhaps 10 gold might cover it?
The man's eyes sparkle as if you've just said that you're going to give him the keys to the city. And he goes, well, 10 gold could, but it is quite pricey information. So for reference, one floorboard costs 1 silver. And floorboards are relatively expensive.
Fair enough.
So, like, if you're willing to bandy around 10 gold, he's just like, I have hit a whale, and they don't know how much what they're buying is actually worth, and I am very much interested in divesting them of all their money that I can.
To be fair, Igvar doesn't really have a lot of use for gold at this moment.
Well, other than food and shelter.
I mean, he's sitting on like 100 gold from what we rolled for him.
But yeah. He goes, well, perhaps 12 gold would suffice. And he sort of he lays one hand palm down across a page on his book, and he gestures with his other palm, and he sort of holds it out to you and goes and sort of waits expectantly.
I can do 11 gold. I can do 11 gold.
Meeting in the middle seems fair, given our relevant circumstances. He's just going to pull the coat back just enough to reveal the casting pistol.
The merchant the eyes of the merchant go wide for a moment, and he's like, yes, that sounds perfectly fair.
Wonderful. And Igvar grabs his coin purse and pulls out 11 gold before laying it on the table, the bench even.
The merchant looks at the page and he goes, the orb was sold to a Carter Wilhelm, a pyromantic wizard, specializes in items of fire and all of that sort of thing.
That sounds similar to the information I heard late last night. So now I've got a name for this wizard. Do you have any sorts of clues or whereabouts where he might have headed? Did he mention anything?
Last I heard, his next destination was a small village about a day's walk from here. But well, I'm afraid that he I was informed that he died. I'm not sure as to the circumstances, but
They were rather explosive.
And how would you know that, sir?
There's a scorched garden next to an inn that looks like it exploded at some point.
I literally dropped my dice. I wasn't rolling anything.
I was going to say, what are you rolling for, Ed?
I literally just dropped them. I can't not fidget, and just still fidgeting the d20 around in my fingers, it works, and then I dropped it like a tit.
That's fair. I have a spinning stress ring for that sort of thing.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah, it's quite fun. But yeah, the merchant sort of nods and goes, well, if anyone were to have come and collected the orb, I suppose that would be where he'd be. He'd be in Thistledown. And he sort of closes the book with a final sort of thud. And goes, if that's all, could you please leave my shop? I have some repairs to do.
Oh, God, of course. Just one more thing, and raises the volume so that he would potentially be heard shouting towards the back door of, Darren, can you just make yourself known?
Possibly.
Is that in character? Does that count?
That counts. That's in character.
Have we established that there is no escape risk?
Don't worry. I kind of just wanted to point out that that we had points on all sides, as it were. Because just one more question, sir.
Understood. Thanks for ridding the surprise.
Just one more question, sir. What's in the barrel? Or rather, who's in the barrel?
You hear a muffled thump as the person in the barrel sort of jumps in surprise and hits their head, followed by a very muffled ow. And the merchant goes, he looks at you, and then he sort of rubs his fingers across his brow and goes, that would be my sales associate, if you will.
Right.
Why is he in the barrel?
Because he's probably wearing black and carrying a shovel.
Right.
Would that be safe to assume?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I still question the shovel.
No, honest, believe me,
from the
I have many questions, but as an adventurer, we carry a lot around.
From the barrel, an old voice goes, "A shovel is a very useful tool. Can you let me out now?"
As a man who carries a bear trap around with him, I'm tempted to agree. Isaac is going to step off of the barrel and make sure that it's just sort of keeps an eye on it, and just point out. So now that it's been established, you fellows aren't going anywhere right now, and that we're pretty wise to what's going on, I just have one question that you will be answering honestly. Did either of you pick up the orb from where you'd given it to Carter Wilhelm, was it? After his potential explosion, potentially for the purposes of resale?
Both of them look at each other and sort of go, "No." Once the man with the big sack goes, once I sold the orb, I didn't see it again, I'm afraid. I'm unsure as to what happened to it after I left.
Can I stare hard at him to see if I reckon he's lying?
He's not lying.
Okay.
He seems to think that he is telling the truth at the very least.
Okay. Fair enough. In which case, I'm going to sort of look to Ingvar. Is that satisfactory investigation, sir?
Yeah, I would say so. We've established that the orb is probably
Not currently on the premises.
I was going to say no longer in the vicinity.
I never know how to spell it either.
Okay.
Very well. If it's all the same to you fellows, would you mind if we left out the back? We've caused a bit of a ruckus, and I don't think anyone in this room or outside of it wants the Town Guard getting involved.
The merchant sort of goes, yes, just get out of here, please.
Thank you for your time and wisdom.
Am I still readying my action?
I mean, yes, you are.
Oh no.
Who steps out first?
I
Well,
will.
apparently Gil.
I will. On the balance of time, I will elect to drop my action.
Having become part of the conversation, you would probably continue listening to the conversation and hear that we're leaving out the back. That's fair.
Okay.
Oh, but then again, comedy.
I mean, if it's comedic to hit anyone, the barbarian.
Alright. Let's take a 5-minute break. Grab some snacks, grab a drink, because we have been going for about 2 hours so far.
I mean,
we have about an hour.
I want to say we could just push it because we have 45 minutes left.
Yeah.
Well,
if everyone's happy to push.
I'm okay pushing it.
If you guys are okay pushing, then I don't mind, but I would like to get myself a drink before we continue.
Well, you can get yourself a drink. That shouldn't take as long as it'll take all of us to get a drink.
I mean, at this point, I think we're just ready to head north, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ingvar's just gonna wander probably after this point.
Well, in that case, if you guys would like to start heading out of town, which exit to the town are you going to take? Is
the north one?
There is no north one. That's water.
There is
We're
no
gonna
north.
take. We're just gonna go out the main one.
Out the main exit. All right. Fair enough.
Is that the same way I came in, or is it a different?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Isaac is going to invite Ingvar to tag along. And on the long walk over there, because it seems to be a quite long trek, explain a loose version of what's been going down. and that it's possible that, seeing as everything seems to conveniently be in the north, maybe the orb will be as well.
Oh, but, um,
Good news. I've reconnoitered a very useful wagon. It comes with cows.
The wagon is a merchant's wagon, and it is very much not yours.
It is
it is now.
Unless,
I'm gonna get
unless
more
you
water
choose
for
to
this
pick
shit.
up some horses, I'm afraid you'll be walking.
Well, this wagon comes with cows. It's fine.
I'm a barbarian. We don't need horses.
Upon leaving, do we see any stables?
There are.
I do
There
take
are...
note of something to our right.
Hmm?
I'm not sure what that is exactly, but it looks significant.
The ruin that looks like it's oozing lava.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes, that is a thing.
And he's off. I'm going to need more water for this shit.
I didn't say that when I was coming into town last night.
Well, in fairness, we didn't see the garden either.
Things just magically appear in this area. That's all good.
Is that also a daily occurrence?
I guess I will roll to investigate whatever this is, because it
look, a
looks
chair.
significant to my motivation.
Sure.
Fair enough. Roll me investigation.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Wow.
nice.
Holy
22
shit.
total.
Okay. You recognize this structure. In fact, there are quite a few of them across the land. It is an old, what would be known colloquially as a Benor's gathering.
Colloquially?
Colloquially.
Colloquially.
You were saying.
It's known as a Benor's gathering. They were used during the original wars to summon the forces of Benor from hell, basically, or rather from the demonic plane.
Yeah.
And they are an integral part to the existence of dragons in this world. The legends go that dragons were summoned into this world by Benor during the first, I suppose you could say the first incursions, and these gateways were used to summon the demonic dragons, the evil dragons, into the world. And that they still, to this day, contain powers of an incredible magnitude, but most of the like magic guilds refuse to acknowledge the use of these places, because during the incursions, the way Benor and his followers would activate them was by trapping human sacrifices in them to activate the gateways.
Everyone else in the party is human, right?
I believe so.
You know what, guys? I'm just dang tuckered out from my guard watch at the back door. You know, what if we just like make camp here for like just a night? You know, just like a quick nap. Does that seem okay?
It's morning.
It's morning.
I know. I'm really just not a morning person. You know, I could really just do like
You're not
good,
a lying
like,
person either.
like,
What do you
like
want out of it?
4 hours of just a quick kip. You know.
We're right outside the town.
Yeah, but you know, look, we get to sleep under the beautiful morning sky here.
Aaron.
Good. Okay, fine.
What do you want out of it?
This place is heavily involved with dragons. I'm interested in dragons and how dragons came to be.
You're not planning on trying to summon one, are you?
I know
Not
a bard who
summon,
was
no.
interested in dragons. Probably not in the same way, though.
Can neither confirm nor deny. But
Say no more.
it's just interesting I find myself with you three, and then this is right outside.
I wouldn't mind seeing a dragon.
You and me both.
I'll proceed to go sit on the chair over here.
Oh crap, he sat down. There's no moving him after that. Boy's got a magic arse.
Are you sure? Are you sure you...
Stop asking that question. I'm sitting down.
Ingvar, you might want to talk behind something. Just long story short, when he sits down, things explode.
Maybe I should
And I
go
don't
behind
mean he's
over
got gastrointestinal problems.
Alright, Saren, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Darren using the thing as cover.
With my wisdom, that's straight 18.
You sit on the chair. For a moment, everything glows red, and then everything goes back to normal. Nothing happens.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Just the light show this time, it's fine. You missed the exploding cow a couple of days ago.
I once heard someone exploded a sheep and took a whole tower down with them once. That was an interesting story.
Hang on, how many chairs are there? There's 3 chairs.
There's 3 chairs.
I'm gonna sit in the other one.
Not this again. What is it with the old architects and chair-based designs?
Ingvar, be a friend, sit in that chair.
Oh, Ingvar only just got here. That's not fair. If the chairs are at risk of exploding, I'm gonna stick my ass on it. Ingvar, I wouldn't ask a fellow who has only just joined us to do something we wouldn't want to do ourselves.
That's fair. I'm gonna go hide behind the tree.
Keep an eye out for dragons.
Okay.
Well, there's a cage. I'm not gonna suggest we should put somebody in the cage to balance this out, but...
Tree.
Anything?
Wait, so are you all sitting in the chair?
Yes.
Chairs?
Yes, there are 3 chairs, we're sitting in them.
chair.
Okay.
3 chairs and 1
give
coward
me-
behind a tree.
1 second. No, that's incorrect. That is definitely incorrect.
In before we summon a boss monster.
Oh, we do. We've already summoned a boss monster once.
As you all take your allotted seats, if you will, the world sort of everything around you sort of quiets, and the world sort of goes dark.
Oh shit.
Ooh, I'm liking this.
That was really nice.
And the lava and the sort of the glowing pieces of the world slowly get brighter and brighter. And the fog rolls in. And you all notice that everything is sort of
Oh, well, there's the fog.
Yep, there's the
The
fog.
fog
alright.
arrived.
Sorry, I had to find the fog.
There's
fog
also a
slider.
missing tile by the.
Yes, I know. I accidentally did that. It's back. Shut up. The fog sort of rises out of the floor, and the world definitely isn't as it should be anymore. And a booming voice calls from deep beneath the earth, and it goes, "Who dares to sit on my thrones, on the thrones of my generals? Who dares to defile my seats of power?"
I'm just gonna put this out there. These chairs are in the open air and they're outside of a municipal settlement. Not my fault.
Curious wanderers made a mistake and stands up.
I didn't sign up for this.
I'm tired.
Look, there wasn't even a warning sign of any kind. Not it. Not me.
The
There's an armor in the middle.
Are
I'll
you
tell
saying? Are you saying, or are you standing?
Did you say you tried to stand up?
I tried to stand up. Yes.
You are locked to the chair. You cannot stand up. It is keeping you down. Some force is keeping you on the chair. And
Okay.
the voice...
Upon feeling that, as you can notice, some of us are trying to leave now we've realized our mistake.
Your insolence is amusing to me. But you
We
must
ask who is speaking.
be punished for this trespass. And as you all watch, you notice that the fog is rising steadily, and from it, from inside the fog, comes something that some of you will be terrified by, and others will be quite interested in.
Oh boy.
Well, some of us just can't see anything now. There's just fog everywhere.
Nothing. Not
That's
not
sort
a
of the
single
point.
thing.
Are you guys still there? I can't
Green
see
is
anything.
100% fog.
Yeah. Well, not 100%. I can see the outline of my character, like,
I
marker.
can.
I can see
I can
the
see-
tree.
I can see the circle of where I'm kind of
Hang on.
sit standing, but that's it.
I even put a torch on it. It's not helping.
Okay, there's one of us. Which one? I'm not sure, but there's one of us.
I think that's Isaac.
No.
No. Ow. That was me.
This is like echolocation, but with violence.
Hey.
Oi, I saw that.
Did you?
I'm impressed if you saw it.
Oi!
Good deal.
Oh. Oh, okay,
From-
no, it's much better than I thought it was,
We
actually.
get to fight a dragon.
From
No,
deep
we're not
within the
fighting a
earth,
dragon.
you hear a rumbling. And rising from within comes the head of a great dark dragon. Its eyes are pure flame. Its scales ripple and change from black to red. It looks down on you and goes, "My master is one of the most dangerous beings on any plane. And you think your insolence will go unpunished? You think you can just leave?" And the
There is
dragon...
a fine line between insolence and mistake.
So these were free open-air seats directly outside of a city wall. We had no notion of what they meant.
History's better.
Well, I
that's a
did,
source
but I
of
didn't expect this
education,
to
not
happen from
insolence.
sitting on them.
Insolence implies a willing action against a known intention, whereas a lack of education and history is
Your logic
just ignorance.
bores me, sir.
I'm not
I
even
think
sitting
I'll
down.
eat you first. And the dragon sort of swings its head around, and sort of looks at you each in turn. I do wish we had more time for this. I would
We are
savor
very-
every bite.
We are very happy to take a moment, if you'd like.
There's far more time if we were allowed to leave and come back at a later point, when they're stronger,
Surely
and possibly with more sacrifices and more that we could provide.
We've heard tell there's magnificent seasonings in the north. We could come back, be utterly roasted, be perfect for you.
Honestly, at this point, everything seems to be in the north. Whatever you want, it's probably in the north.
All right. So, what are you guys going to attempt to do at this point? The dragon, it seems intent on eating you at this point. The only one of you that can move around is Ingvar. The other three are currently magically locked to those chairs, basically.
And try and persuade it. But I can't. I'm not going to expect much from
How
that.
locked are we? Can we move our arms?
We can't
just
move.
not get up.
You
Or-
can move your arms. You
Okay.
cannot get up from the chairs.
I'll take one of my javelins.
Oh God!
Well,
You
Igmar
really
was
want
gonna
to try and
talk
turn this
to
thing
him.
into combat?
Can I loudly declare before any of us make a mistake? With a pointed phrasing, is that a thing I can do?
Yes.
How
that
do I
is something
barb
you
a
can do.
sentence a gilk?
You want to throw a sentence at Gilk like a javelin. Got it.
Pretty much.
Dear me.
Roll against social AC.
I must say, this feels dreadfully disproportionate.
How so?
We sat in chairs.
You did.
You might as well have sent a baller at us for using a park
I
bench,
also
for
told
God's
you that
sake.
this was a summoning circle for dragons.
That
That
involved
was used during an
sacrifices.
incursion from hell. So,
Yeah.
We didn't make any sacrifices.
You did. You sat in a
Also,
chair.
it's ancient and
Those are the
ruined.
chairs of the generals, unless the generals were getting sacrificed, which seems a bit of a strange army structure.
Well, right now it seems plausible.
Honestly, this dragon doesn't seem to hold much with the ways of logic, so that does make a little bit of sense.
What do we do, Aluka? We sat down.
They sat down. I'm stood behind a tree.
Which it's a little hard to tell.
okay. Ingvar, roll me
Hello.
perception.
What am I rolling? D20, D10, help?
D20.
For once, I'm glad that it shows the number, because otherwise we're not seeing that.
So that's 16 plus 3, so that's 19.
Okay. As you look around, you notice that the world is flickering slightly. It's as if what you're seeing, the image of the dragon, is simply slightly ethereal. It's as if the fog itself has risen up to become the dragon and taken on its form and color, if you will. You can slightly see through it. It's a little strange.
So it's not that. Ed. Guys, that I don't think this is I can he's kind of see through.
The rest of you cannot see this. The rest of you look at this, and it's definitely a dragon. It is very solid.
I think it could be an illusion created by the fog.
Bold of you to try and give us some confidence, Ing, but unfortunately that's very solid.
The dragon sort of... the dragon, actually, doesn't seem to know you're there, Ingvar, and goes, "What are you talking to?" You seem
Immediate
calm.
snap round to face it. That's interesting.
It can't see me?
Insight check?
Yeah. You can... What are you trying to incite?
I'm trying to ascertain if this dragon is trying to con us somehow, on the nature of how absurdly disproportionate this seems to be.
Yes, you may attempt to incite that.
I do love that both Lying and Darren, both in character and out, think this is disproportionate.
Well, yeah! We sat on chairs and now we're being eaten by a dragon!
We haven't even gone to the dungeon yet.
Okay, that is a 12 total.
12. Okay. Something is definitely off about this situation. You're not quite sure what, but it does seem like this is a lot more powerful than it should be, basically. Whatever magic this is a lot more powerful than it should be from just sitting down on 3 chairs, basically.
So my insight check confirmed that this is grossly disproportionate.
Yes.
Okay.
You confirmed what we all already knew.
Yeah.
If the dragon can't see me, can I go up to him and try and stab him with my sword? Like my short sword.
Lydia is going to die on their first stream.
You're gonna stab something you think is made of fog.
You can attempt.
I mean, if it can't see me, then it's not gonna be able to...
Have you tried blowing on him?
Oh, instead of stabbing him with the short sword, maybe firing an arrow at him. Then that would still be...
That is also a thing you can do.
That would be a smarter idea, because I wouldn't be close range then.
Yeah, don't get in close range with a dragon. I've made that mistake before.
Don't get in long range with a dragon, they have fire breath.
Yeah, long range
Just
is fine as
don't
long as you're not in a
attack
cone.
A dragon in general. That's probably
Yeah,
a bad idea.
don't mess with dragons.
If you're a Hexblade Archer Warlock, you probably should engage a dragon because you can just apparently Eldritch Smite them the fuck on out of the air and they die from fall damage.
Huh.
So Ingvar's gonna take out his bow and fire an arrow at him.
Okay. I'm not going to have you roll an accuracy or anything like that. I'm just going to say the arrow just goes through him. It's like it's smoke.
What do we
the others
see of
do
that?
see that. The others
So do we see it like
just...
Smokify?
You don't see it smokify so much as you see the arrow go in one side and come out the other, as if there's nothing there.
I'm rolling persuasion.
I was going to say, is it possible for me and Darren to tag team persuasion?
Yes.
I'm down for tag teaming the dragon.
One of you can...
How high is your persuasion, Darren?
+6.
We'll go with yours.
One of you can,
right. That was not me rolling. That
give
was me tapping
give
out.
Advantage on that. Also,
He was
yes,
not rolling,
I'm
he
sure
was
you
tabbing.
are down for tag teaming a dragon.
I noticed
know my
anything else
backstory.
with my performance, like smoke and mirrors kind of thing?
Hmm?
I was looking through my skills. Would I notice anything else with my performance skill?
Not in
Considering
this
it's all-
case. This isn't realistically...
Considering it's a little smoke and mirrors.
This is more magic than smoke and mirrors.
Okay.
It's less performance and more just like straight up.
Sorcery stage magician rather than stage magician, stage magician.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, was that advantage I'm getting, right? Did I miss
You're
here?
getting advantage.
Okay, roll 1.
Bonk.
Decent start, decent start. I have no idea where that die landed though, so...
None of us can see shit, don't worry. Just yeet.
Okay, that is a 25.
Okay. What do you say?
Sorry, Sir Dragon, surely you can see our companion in front of you, yes? We would gladly offer them as a sacrifice if you could...
Only see them?
If you desire some form of recompense from our actions.
The dragon looks at you and says, "What trickery is this?"
No trickery. There is surely a human in front of you. Can you not see them?
Ingvar the Fist, you must have heard of them.
Yes. Great hero, legendary. Known for slaying whole orcish armies with a breath. Surely this is a viable sacrifice for you.
What are you... What are you blabbering about?
You know, Avar's just kind of sitting there, just quietly shitting himself in the bolsters.
The dragon sort of swings its head around to look at you specifically. Ooh, that was interesting. I dropped the dragon and the camera shook.
Yeah.
I mean, with that size, you'd expect it to.
It goes, "Is no one else here but you three?
You seem a
One
little
else
on
in this
edge.
empty, desolate place."
Empty and desolate, but for the legendary warrior you can't see.
Silence!
You seem defensive.
So, Dragon, I don't believe we've been properly introduced. May I ask your name?
I am... The dragon pauses for a moment and goes, I do not remember. I don't know.
You serve a powerful being. You don't know your own name?
My master does not concern himself with names.
So, Dragon, what year is it currently? Do you know?
The year is 722, I think.
Oh, this again.
Oh no.
No, it is not.
Our barbarian friend is right. It's been a long time. Welcome to the 19th of Vermin, 1845.
So, Dragon, I regret to inform you that you may well be dead.
And I think you might be forgotten unto more than just yourself.
No, this cannot be. The dragon sort of scales down from its giant podium and swipes its tail through you, Darren. But the tail just sort of slides through and doesn't really do anything. It just passes through everything. Nothing happens. It goes, dead? 1,000 years left for dead? The dragon seems particularly distressed and goes, this isn't possible. I am the mightiest of my lord's soldiers. I cannot die. No. And for a moment, everything stills, and then the fog recedes and the dragon vanishes.
We should convince more things they're dead.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
Have
We
we
don't even
tried
have
it
to
on
tell
the
them the
living
truth
yet?
about the year.
I'll convince him with my axe.
And you are suddenly able to move from your seats again.
Hold the axe sideways on and use it as a fan and waft him away.
Igvar comes a little bit closer, then just kind of his legs turn to jelly. Just kind of face plants.
Well, gents, I think that was an excellent piece of day's work.
Aaron, you're Gilk. Aaron, don't ever make us do that again.
I think it turned out well, all things concerned.
Stick to the dead dragons.
I did.
He was dead.
The ones we know were dead this time.
Lest you put aside, we now know that we can access the knowledge of 1,000 years dead dragon.
Yeah. And we also know that all of us were cacking our britches if it wasn't for, turns to Ingvar, you. I am so sorry that this is the first day and a half you have experienced around us.
It's quite alright.
I promise it's just the beginning. If you want to run screaming in the other direction, we all completely understand.
Oh, it's quite alright, but I've just got one thing to say. I point to Darren and I just go, fuck you.
You know what? Fair.
Okay. If we're all quite finished.
Evening now, or
Hmm?
did we spend that long in there? That's evening now.
No. Oh, hold on. The board hasn't updated for you. Give me a second. There you go.
The sun!
Sorry.
My eyes!
Sorry.
It burns.
If we're
I
all
had to
quite
make it
finished.
evening to get the atmosphere right, basically.
If
Of
we're all
course.
quite finished communing with chaotic gods and the ancient dragons, north.
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 Maybe there's
North.
a pub.
Okay. Follow the road, I suppose.
Well, the road goes east.
Well,
You'll
yes,
bend
the road
eventually.
does go east, and then it branches north.
And then it
Ah, yeah.
glitches out heading north.
Yes. Don't worry, I will build more.
No, you won't. You'll make a new map. We've been here before.
But yeah. Right. I
Climb the stairway to heaven? What are we doing over here?
Little do we know, we
guys
never left
are-
those chairs.
you guys are basically waiting on me to build the next section, but this means that I
Oh,
can.
yeah.
I
Hello. Go away.
You good, Lydia?
Oh, just me mother's trying to speak to us.
That is fine. But yeah. After about a half day's walk, you guys start to feel a little tired. And you've been walking through the forest for a decent amount of time. There have been travelers that have come past you. A couple of men on horses who looked particularly hoity-toity, sort of eyed you as you passed, as if you were going to steal their horses or something.
And we'll steal them.
Can we?
I mean,
Can
you
we steal their horses? How many horses were there?
there were only 2 horses.
Uh,
But
Do they look like they could put up a fight?
no, not really. They
I look
look
at Isaac. There's a pair of
aristocratic.
horses. There's a
We
pair of
beat up
horses for
some
that
bandits
wagon
in the
back there.
north, we steal their horses.
But we got to get to them first.
It'll be more satisfying for the wait.
And
The art of
you-
anticipation.
And I've just got a new chatter here. Welcome. This is a progress of the map so far done by Lucian the Ghost, our current GM.
Yeah, as you can see, it's taking us a little bit longer in development than we expected it would.
I mean, we've gotten out of this area. Hope the next area you should be loading up is more complete? Question mark.
Yeah, we're hoping to implement farming
sure.
later.
More
Patient.
complete. Definitely. Yeah.
But this was our this is our second map from where we've originally been.
Yes.
This is where we find out that Lucian dropped a dragon on us just to procrastinate from getting us to the next area.
Pretty much.
Well, technically, he dropped some trapped chairs on us, which then we dropped the dragon on us.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple things.
Sorry, we interrupted your epiloguing.
As you make your way through, it gets to sort of mid-evening, and you decide to camp out for the night in the forest. There isn't really much other option. You've not seen any inns on the road. Thistledown is probably still another 7 to 8 hours walk away. It's a small village, but it's relatively out of the way of places in general. With that, I am actually going to say.
All in here.
What? Yes, we are going to call the session here because we are actually starting to run out of time. Oh, sorry. Right. So let's assign some XP, shall we? What?
Can I just add one last point of epilogue?
Of course.
Just as we're all sort of trudging along, Isaac's going to make sure that he falls back a little ways far enough that no one will hear him mutter as he just turns to the still slightly enchanted hand and just addresses it of, "Oh, don't worry about it. I made a promise, didn't I? No dragons getting in the way of that."
The enchantment on your hand pulses once.
Hey.
Okay. So let's distribute some XP. Let's see. Lydia, you started, let's say, with 290 XP to get you caught up with the rest of the party. I'm going to throw you 30 XP for managing to actually find out more about your character's goal and story in this world. And I'm going to throw you 15 XP for successfully failing to barter properly with the merchant for information. He would have readily accepted 3 gold for that sort of information. And you basically gave him triple or quadruple that amount.
We ensured he was truthful about asking if did they steal it back again.
Yeah, fair. So write that down, add it to your character sheet.
Yep.
Darren, I am going to give you 25 XP just for general session participation, and I'm going to give you 20 XP for summoning a fucking dragon illusion.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Put that on my resume. Can summon ghost dragon.
Darren, dragon summoner.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm down with that.
I'm using that as a threat at someone later.
Understood.
You know this man has summoned dragons.
Igvar's probably wondering where to get a new pair of pants.
Isaac, I am giving you 25 XP base, and I'm also going to give you 15 XP for. Well, actually, maybe I should make that higher. I'll give you 25 XP for, managing the entire party in one way or another.
Mostly babysitting.
Get back here!
It's turning. I am sorry for this reference. It's turning into this kind of almost Kermit and Miss Piggy situation. I'm just no, calm down. Before Gilk just swings in.
Yeah. And last but not least, I am going to give Gilk base 25 XP and an additional 15 XP for managing to steal 5 people's doors in his sleep.
Oh dear.
Right.
What, I get no XP for finding the trapdoor or the fact that I sat down on a chair and survived? Rude.
No, the stealing 5 doors in your sleep was the funniest thing you did this entire session, I'll be quite honest.
Okay.
But fine, I'll give you 5 extra XP for finding the trapdoor.
Die.
Because, yeah. That was
Probably never
relatively
actually figured out what was under
important, I
there.
suppose.
You got five points of XP, one for each floorboard you defeated.
Anyway, that concludes our session for today. Thank you all very much for joining us.
Don't leave yet. There's more.
What?
Oh god.
Nobody leave yet. There's more.
Yes, there is more. Me and Saren and will be joining Sliver in a little bit to what are we playing today? What is it? Multiverse?
You said,
I think?
yeah, multiverses.
Yeah, Multiverse is free for all because
it's the Warner Brothers platform fighter
it's
thing.
basically
Warner Smash.
It's Warner Smash, yeah.
Warner Smash.
Yeah, we're going to be taking a look at multiverses. I've actually already played some on my own
Of course you
because
have.
I've never played Smash style games before, so I actually needed to learn stuff before I did anything. And then I found out that I'm a button masher, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, one way the other it works.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. For now, we are going to call it for the session. Thank you all very much for joining us for the session today. It has been a load of fun. I'm glad that I finally got to use the ritual stones and summon a dragon on these guys. That was fun. But yeah. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us for this portion of the Shadows of Sorcery stream. I'm going to take a very quick break, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. So yeah, we shall see you then.
While he does that, I'm gonna go find out where Sliver's lurking around and join him.